Hello, this is Judith again at CEDAR CIC. As you know, we teach young people and adults all about death, loss, and remembrance through our life lessons and good grief programs. However, we're often asked by professionals working in the field if we have something special for them, and we do. In this video, you'll hear from Natalie, who is studying to be an art therapist, and her experience both with taking our life lessons and working with our young people. Let's hear what she has to say.
Well, personally, I'm really scared of death and dying because my dad died a couple of years ago of motor neuron disease, and to see I don't know what it's like in other illnesses, but to see a progression of kind of a deterioration of someone that you love and someone that's really independent, and it's really scary and hard, and so I was a bit apprehensive, but I think it's a really positive thing to be doing and talking about because it's a bit of a taboo, and it is scary. I mean, it's like the end of a cycle, but that's what we've been discussing. It's not necessarily the end. It could be a beginning. In different cultures it's not the end, and people believe in reincarnation and things like that, so it's up to you what you want to believe death is. It's given me a lot more confidence, especially working with young people, and it's interesting seeing people's different perspectives on death and hearing what people have been through and how that's framed their kind of image of the dying and that process. And yeah, it's been really interesting, and it's nice to hear different things from different cultures. I know something that stuck with me was the Chinese paper ceremony, where they lay out a paper, or they give gifts to made out of paper to a lost one, and they do a kind of burning ceremony of these gifts, and it kind of sends them up into the atmosphere, if you like, or wherever they are. And I think that's a really nice thing that I might like to do in the future. I think that would be quite helpful. I know a lot of people say that it's good when kids and young people have pets growing up, because if they lose them, it kind of teaches them about an introduction into how, like, a life cycle, because a pet's, well, it's not more likely to die, but it's kind of not easier to cope with, but as I say, it's an introduction. So I think something like this is kind of, if you don't have a pet, which I never did, something like this would have been really useful. Just kind of, you know, it's not all negative, it's not all doom and gloom, it can be perceived as something a lot more beautiful and a celebration of life rather than it coming to an end. Well, there's a lot of similarities. I mean, especially with the birds of prey, they're always kind of on the hunt, and even though they are predators, that's the right word, isn't it? There's always someone above them in the food chain, and it's always there. The worry is always there, but they get on with it, and so should everybody else. I mean, it shouldn't be a burden to constantly be thinking about, and I think that's what I've learned about since losing my dad. It's always kind of at the back of your mind, and sometimes you just need to let it go and live life, not expecting the worst. I like seeing how different cultures experience it, and it gives you a different perspective on how to deal with things, because sometimes you get trapped in your own mind and you think that's the only, like, the way that you think about something is the only way for it to be done, and it's good hearing other people talk about it and tell you how they're dealing with it, and then you can lend your opinions, and hopefully other people will benefit from the things you share with each other. Definitely. I think if you're worried about coming maybe come with a friend or someone that, come in a group, someone that you know, but even it might be beneficial just to come on your own. You meet people